an example of narcissism to this extremist degree is that we were making a record and recording the process, and then we'd go home at night as if 10 hours together making our own music. It was not enough, but then we created a set in our basement and we shot a TV show for ourselves called Forest Phone. It's like we're 8 still. And we would call our friends and family and get them to like just talk to us. Like oftentimes we didn't get to use a lot of it because it really didn't have anything to do with music a lot of the time. And Sarah was really into Dog Whisperer at the time, and so all she would talk about was season 1, and she would fucking, like, constantly, like, every time I would turn my head, or she didn't like what I'd say, she'd do this. You know what I mean? Like, I am telling you, it took everything inside of my little body to not beat the living crap out of her. And we would get in fights, and I would, you know, like, we screamed, we lived in this house with all these people, and I would just be like, why are we doing this? Like, I think it's spent 10 hours together. And then I go to bed, we go to the studio, and then we get home, and I'd be like, so who should we call tonight?
I did not do that with my brother.
No. Most people, like, when people do the whole, like, whoa, you and Sarah argue, or, like, must be hard, and I'm like, yeah, imagine being with your sibling forever.
More together.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. It does look hard, doesn't it?
We all think that, like, if you're twins, though, it must be different.
Oh yeah, well we're such good at magical power, so it's way more fun than just hanging out with a regular sibling.
We think they have, like, a language.
Yeah, we do. We actually have 2 languages, and then we also are
Everyone really does. They won't tell you that to your face, but everyone does.
You know who will, though?
And then also,
every question in 10 years has had, I know this is stupid, but I'm
it's the sex thing, yeah. They want to know if you had sex. Everyone does.
Okay, well, no one asked me that. That happens all the time. But they also ask me about telepathic. I know it's true.
We are obsessed with twins. We are.
Why would I want to have
Royalty and
sex with my
twins.
sister? Why? Why would I want to have sex with someone that looks like Bob? No, seriously, like we're annoyed with each other. Like we're siblings. Like anyway, yeah, no, I get pissed off. Like it's actually not really fun. Like I know so many people.
If she dyed her hair, would you dye yours?
No.
Like, would you match it?
No, I don't.
Did you have to dress like the same?
No, my mom thought that was totally fucked up. People would send outfits with matching outfits, so she would take a picture of us in it and then be like, "Go run," and we would, you know, wear underwear most of the time. I thought it was a boy, so I was like, well, still, but you know, so I just like I wanted to wear the clothes I wanted to wear, so we would just went over like, do what you want. Yeah, we look ridiculous, so we're like 22, like ridiculous. Like we had this like beautiful long hair, and we were like, you know, chubby and adorable, and then we decided to get like one earring and cut all our hair off into mullets. Oh, that's me right now, actually. No, but like really, like we go drastically from being like adorable, cute little twin girls to being like weird, androgynous, like angry, obnoxious.
But that's like the future. Now you stepped into the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Basically, that was the real me. No, but I loved it. Like we were empowered to do what we wanted to do and be who we wanted to be. My mom thought it was great. Sarah and I call each other brother.
That's cool.
For like the first couple years.
Is your mom amazing?
She's a therapist, so she's like totally crazy, but
That can go either way.
yeah, but she's great. Like she really like my grandmother gave her a lecture when we were like 4 or 5 and was like, stop, you know, letting them do what they want. They're gonna turn into lesbians.
What happened?
Yeah, I was like, come on. It wasn't that, but you know, maybe it was. I don't know. Did you know my first concert appearance was, or first thing I ever saw was Katie Lang in a mall. She was like on this tour.
That would make anyone a lesbian. That would make me a lesbian.
I don't know what to say. Like I just like, you know, I think obviously we don't have to get into it. But I think we're born the way that we are. Like I don't think I wasn't choosing at 4 years old to fall in love with my best friend and make her play husband and wife with me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have any idea.
Really? We had a teacher who brought us all in for sex education and said, okay, all the boys come in here with me, and we all had to pull our pants down, and he said, okay, now this is a male's erect penis, and Ethan is circumcised, and the little tent over there is not. Yeah, no, he went to prison.
Oh my God.
So that's how I turned gay. Classes in that.
Well, I mean, we had sex with you. It was totally traumatizing, but I just...
again in junior high with another teacher. I went out on a date with him. He was not a good kisser. He was my, you know.
You grew up in a small town, right?
Yeah. No, most of them are in jail. It's okay.
That's insane. Health teachers, gym teachers, like I always thought, like I was always really intimidated by the aggressiveness from you know,
What girl
I'm
did you,
aggressive.
like Celebrity Girl, were you obsessed with when you were a kid? Like Jodie Foster?
No, well,
Sigourney Weaver? That was like the two lesbian icons back then, right?
listen to it. Yeah, totally. That's the weird thing is that I actually feel like it didn't really hit me, you know, like that's the thing is I actually really felt like I was more like a boy, you know what I mean? So I thought like my parents really allowed us to just be, like sexuality and gender weren't so like beaten into us, you know what I mean? Like, until we both came out and then my mom was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not gay! And I was like, I don't understand what's happening right now. I'm not upset.
Just take one brief moment to discuss how extremely attractive Alicia Keys is. Forget how hot she is. How about how good her new record is?
No, her record is.
You're just Sarah's going through this really weird phase that I think like maybe teenager boys go through and then grow out of. But Sarah's going through it at 29, where she objectifies women all the time. Say that someone's attractive. No, I don't think it is either, but like, okay, the other day we were in rehearsal. The other day we were in rehearsal, and our tour manager came back from the store, and he brought a copy of GQ with Rihanna on the cover, and he tossed it down on the table in the rehearsal spot, and was like, and Sarah was like, oh yeah. And then starts flipping through it. Like I was watching this whole thing, like I was watching a teenager. She's flipping through to the middle of the magazine, opens it up, and she's like, wow! And turns, she's never seen Rihanna's breasts pushed down in a weird t-shirt before. So then she's like, I need to take this because I'm gonna put this up in my bunk on the bus. I think it's good because most women look in magazines and then they just feel bad about themselves. But Sarah looks in magazines and she's all like, I could get with her. That was the equivalent of saying, maybe if I try hard enough, I can find a unicorn on Craigslist and buy it. That's what she said. Look, I'm just saying, remember when Alicia Keys' new song came out and you made me tweet the video and say hi to Alicia Keys on Twitter because you thought maybe she might be following us? A girl can dream. A girl can dream. This next song is kind of about dreaming about somebody you can't have. Let's just bring it down back to where it was prior to the song. Sometimes I meet people, it doesn't happen as much anymore, but back in the day when we first started playing music, we would play the show and then we would go out and sell merchandise and one of us would settle with the promoter and the other one would deal with merchandise and people would come up and be like, hey, can I take you for a drink after? Yeah, I like the forwardness of it, you gotta get that shit done, but oftentimes it made me feel bad because it was sometimes I was like, really? I don't even mean that in a bad way. I mean I've had 15-year-olds come up to me. I had a 15-year-old that got my phone number and was texting me pictures of herself and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to prison. And in parts of the United States, this is the thing, I was like, at any second, the CIA is gonna bust in my door. And I was so panicky, and I wrote 92 texts back to her, a letter. I was all like, dear, I can't remember her name was, Alicia. I was like, I don't know how you got my text, or my phone number. Please stop texting me these inappropriate pictures because I'm afraid to go to prison. And I look tall from stage, but I'm actually barely 5'2", and I don't think I'll do well in prison. And I also know from reading and watching a lot of television that people who molest children don't get treated very well in prison. And so I would appreciate it if you would please not put me in a position where I would lose everything I've worked so hard for in the last decade, and by sending me these photos and me getting caught and then my name being splayed across the internet and my mom being so disappointed and all my friends wondering who I was. I would appreciate that very much.
You did not text all of them.
Yes, I did. I'm not even done yet. And then I said that I thought that she seemed like a very nice person and that potentially she should find someone her own age, which looked to be about 14, to send text pictures to. But probably not, because then it'll go on the internet and then I'll have to go see a guidance counselor. And anyway, she wrote back, no problem. That was it. And I also said, oh, and I wrote, P.S. please don't put my number up on the internet because I don't like to switch my phone number very often because I don't have good memory. And she wrote back, no problem. So, and I never got a text from her again, so that's good. That's my story. Why was I telling you that?
This next song is called Not Tonight. I know you're all very excited. Come on, everybody. It's a fucking rock show. Let's be excited, alright? Great. Don't be too loud. Sarah's tuning.
It's not them I'm worried about, it's kind of your voice.
We're almost done this tour. Thank God. Sarah moved to Montreal a few months ago, and we were starting to get along. But then we went on the road again. Not getting along. But it's good for playing, because we have all this tension. Not that kind of tension like the I hate you sister tension. Mom likes more attention. My mom always liked me more, but she gave Tegan more attention because she was troubled. But everybody likes the troubled one. Sarah's what was the word for it? Oh, a suck ass. What's that? You were like a suck up.
No, I wasn't.
Brown noser, you were like a people pleaser.
I was a quiet, gentle child that didn't demand a lot. I was a caregiver. I was sensitive.
Okay, a couple years ago, Sarah came out with that statement in front of my mom. She's like, I was a caregiver. I took care of you and Tegan. She says it to my mom. My mom's like, pardon me?
People who get caregive don't ever think that they're being caregiving. Because they always want more. It's like they're always needy. It's never enough, you know? It's always about them. Caregivers know, like we don't care what other people, because we know, because as caregivers we carry that burden around.
Okay, fine, you're a caregiver, but would you not agree that all caregivers are also martyrs?
Yeah, we're martyrs. We carry.
Caregivers don't need to be told that they're caregivers. They just know that they're caregivers.
It's true.
Buy a cross.
Troubled. This is for all the caregivers in the audience. Don't worry, we find each other eventually. We don't need them, so it's fine.
Okay, oh, I know this person. This is Nick. Nick, hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your question?
My question is, with the popularity of acts like Lady Gaga, do you think they help women in music by exposing more people, or do they hurt by making more about the act and performance than about the music?
Okay. Did you hear the question?
I did a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Nick.
You know, honestly, the thing that I think that what I would love to, as an artist, get away from is like feeling like if a woman does something, then somehow that totally just, like I don't want every time a woman does something in the music industry to have that reflect on what we do as women, you know? There's tons of like guys that are doing stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, or who are doing things artistically that I don't necessarily like or do like, and I don't think that we get compared with them. And so, you know, I think it's more like I don't necessarily think that Lady Gaga is doing the same type of music that Tegan and I are doing. Obviously, look at Tegan's outfit; that is the same. But I don't. I mean, people think Lady Gaga is scary. Like, try playing the Delaware State Fair wearing an all-jean jacket outfit with this haircut. I mean, that is so scary. People at the Delaware State Fair, I'm sure they would have done better with, like, if I had just come out with, like, blood all over myself and, like, an axe and everything, you know? But anyways. But I think Lady Gaga's cool, you know? Like, I don't necessarily think that anything that's pushing the boundary in the mainstream is generally not not pushing that much of a boundary. Let's be real for a second. But like, but I mean, I think that I love her songs, and that song, the paparazzi song, was in my head for like a year, and I really like that telephone video. Although I am such a square prude that I had to like pause it like 1,000 times to walk around going, no, she didn't. Anyways, but yeah, no, I mean, like, I think Lady Gaga's cool, and do I think that she is, you know, as progressive and a feminist as, you know, I don't know, like, Kat Benatar, or like, you know, I don't know, fuck anybody. I can't think of anybody right now that I want to talk about, because the fan is actually making this horrible piercing noise in my in-ears, and I just, like, right now, I just feel like I'm gonna do something Lady Gaga-esque on stage and let her
And, you. I'm just kidding. He's high too, actually, on that energy drink or whatever. You feeling okay? I feel better when I'm moving. Yeah. You want to take a walk around, or just... Yeah. Tegan doesn't drink coffee, so she's sort of like if you gave a baby coffee. The baby would be like, I feel ridiculous. I wish I had given me that. Stick to fucking milk. Sorry about the F-bomb. Stretch here. This is what I like about Victoria, is that really an F-bomb is natural. It's organic. It's like yoga. It's like tofu. It's like, I made it, therefore it's okay to say it. Right? Am I right? This song is not funny at all. Funny song, and I generally tell a funny humorous story which makes you think. Let's play it before I start freaking out. Want me to have a seizure?
But we were talking about it the other night, you know, people will yell out at shows and they'll be like, please go on a date with me! And so the other day I was like, this one girl, she was just like, Sarah! It was like 3,000 people. It was like she was in the like 14th balcony. She couldn't have gotten a further away seat from us. She was screaming at the top of her lungs for poor Sarah, sweet, innocent, soft Sarah. Cardigan wearing Sarah. Screaming for her. Finally, I was like, where would you take Sarah on a date? Just wondering, you know, as her sister, I was like, kind of being like, maybe this is meant to be, this is the universe's way. This is like, the universe has dropped this lunatic into the 14th balcony, but maybe they're not a lunatic at all, maybe they're Sarah's soulmate. Or just trapped. Where would you take Sarah on a date? Look at one of the cave guys. Dreamed it. Amazing. Sarah, you should think about boys again. I'm just saying, right? There's so many great places. Ice cream would have been another good one.
Magic Mountain!
Climb a mountain or something. Okay, great. All good ways to entertain someone that you're trying to move. The girl pauses. We're all 3,005 of us are on the edge of our seats. She pauses. It's silent. She yells, my bedroom! I was like, good luck. Sarah needs you to withhold and do mean things for months before she would ever really like you. You need to tell her again. You can't tell Sarah outright that you like her. You know, you gotta throw a note at her on the stage. Just based on what I could see from the 14th balcony, I'm pretty sure that when she said my bedroom, she didn't mean like my bedroom in my apartment where I live as a grown-up. I think she meant like my bedroom in my parents' house. You know? She seemed youngish. Yeah. Anyway.
I went for a manicure. Yeah.
Me. Okay. So. Yeah, well, I mean, it's, yeah, so, I mean, I got clear.
Beautiful.
Thank you. The story's kind of ridiculous, but basically, you know, my girlfriend's in town, and I know she likes girly things, she carries a purse and shit, and I was all like, you know, that's what you do when you're me, right? You're like, I booked just an exclusive, private, amazing manicure tomorrow, or for Valentine's Day, and she's like, oh. And so, I know, except we get there, and it's like, there's like 900 people in there, and it's running like an hour behind, and we walk in the door, and they all look, just like so many people were getting pedicures and manicures, like even like so many people. It was just like I walked in, it was like, and then they were like, yes, and I was like, we have an appointment at 3 to get our nails done, and they were like, okay, 1 second. Yeah, how about 1 hour later? And like more people came in, everyone had appointments. I just was so stressed out. And so they come and they get my girlfriend and they're like, okay, we'll do one of you right now. It's supposed to be like a couples thing, and she like goes off by herself and leaves me in the manicure place by myself, basically. I mean, we were like 5 feet apart, but it didn't matter. It felt like a great distance. Not because I was like, oh, I need to be around you, but because I was like, I'm in a fucking manicure place. And I had my jacket on, and anyway. So they start giving her a manicure, and then I think they pick up on my energy because 2 more people come in, and then one of the other ladies is like, okay, we'll do next to this girl, and the girl's like, no, she's been waiting forever, and I was like, I have, and then they just walk away. Like nobody does anything. So then another like 10 minutes goes by, and my girlfriend keeps turning around, and she keeps giving me this look, like she's like, don't look at me. Anyway, so they come over and get me. And they're like, okay. Like that. Like as if that's to make me feel calm and Valentine's Day-ish. Okay. So I'm like, ah. Like normally they don't give manicures, but they're just gonna do one for me. So they bring me to the reception desk. They bring me to the reception desk where they've made a special manicure place for me. Yeah. So I sit down next to the cash register. So she starts to give me what would only be described as one of the most abusive things I've ever enjoyed. Like, ripping at my cubicles. Troubling. 10 minutes goes by. And she rips at my cuticles and starts sandpapering my nails down, and I swear to you I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, once, but it's different when you feel like you've made a connection with the person doing it, when it's not just the receptionist who's like, okay. So people are leaving from their massages and she's like, 1 second, and gets up, is like cashing them out, giving them change, then going to find the person who gave the thing and giving the tip, then comes back and is like, grabs my little hand and is like, okay, and keeps going. Are you kidding me? You could get an infection from all the, it was insane. I was just like, I swear my nails looked dirty when it was done, and so this goes on for like 10 minutes or whatever, and then she's like, what color do you want? I was like, none color, like clear please. And she's like, really clear? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay. So then she's like, I'm gonna put an undercoat on first. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, that's great. And then she's like, okay. And then she paints the clear on. And then she's like, 1 second, and she leaves again. And then all of a sudden, like I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, with my hands out. And then all of a sudden this like vice grip comes on to my shoulder. It's time for my massage. Lost her mind. I mean, she had her camera phone out. I mean, like, she said it was the funniest thing she'd ever seen and made the manicures well worth it. But I was like, literally like, it was so abusive I could barely move my neck today. Private? No, they just like go for it right there at the reception.